like it's fun.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I love to challenge myself. I love to whatchamacallit, learn. You know what I mean? I love to try something new. And like at the end of the day, I love pushing myself. So
All right, so we're rolling. Big Tony, thank you for joining the show, man. Thank you for joining the Chris Shows podcast.
yes, sir, man. Well, thank you for having me on Chris Show's podcast.
Of course, man. I'm honored and blessed to be here. We got a master right here. You've been doing this for a lot of years, and I'm really glad you decided to help me out with mine. Let me just give a quick little for the audience. Let me give a quick little recap. I known Tony for a minute. We did a mutual friend of ours, Robert Zapata, aka Bob Shu, had me and him did a comedy thing, and Tony was always there. He's always supporting, always a part of it. He's been doing this show. He had this well, not, it was called something different, right? You got the Tony Montana show before it was Lowrider.
The Lowrider Live show.
The Lowrider Live. That's right. Yeah, and I always wanted to go check it out. I never made it. I was fucking busy back then. I was always running shit and doing stuff.
Yeah, you were hella busy back then.
Yeah. So you've been doing that. We met. We kind of, you know how you meet someone, you're like-minded people. Tony was in a secret society. He was always about helping the community. Just a genuine good person. So like-minded people. I think we just gravitated to each other, man. We became friends real quick.
Oh yeah, family, brother.
Yeah, that's it. You know what? Let's go back to the question I was just asking you. We were just talking about technical shit, which I think is important because especially right now with this virtual stuff, Tony has managed to do most of his shows live. I think all your shows.
Yeah.
I'm having a hard time just getting started, so I'm victim to the tools at my disposal. Like Zoom is not the best for quality. You kind of lose that intimateness with the guests, because you're not right there feeling each other's energy in person. But this is what I got, and so far I've had some pretty good meetings. But you were just going to tell me about the problem with Zoom.
Yeah, so okay, I'm a videographer, right? The whole podcast thing, I just barely stopped this July. I decided to say, you know what, I'm going to take a step back, redirect, do something new. I did the whole podcast thing. Well, I started in 2002, right? At 925, wait, what the fuck? KCLA, some small little place in Hollywood, right? That had like a broadband, but it was like a couple block radius, right? Yeah. And like before then, it was called internet radio.
That's right.
Right. And blogs.
Yep.
So like I've been doing it for quite some time, man. Like I had to fall down. People tell me, "Oh, this sucks, that sucks. You gotta do that, right?" Da 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 da. I had individuals who were working at the station, come in and tell me, "Oh, you guys should do this, do that, da da da." I had somebody that was in the business back then, like also give me advice and whatnot. So I mean, like lots of roller coaster ride and changing my show from to serious to funny to whatnot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To just like. So from 2002 to 2015, I had to take a break in 2015 because I just felt like I was redundant, right? I just wasn't going anywhere. And I missed it so much in 2016. I came back, but I didn't have no platform. So I did Facebook Live. I would go to the beach, put some tripods and different phones and just, do the show there or in my house, in my room, in my car. I remember you remember Roger, right? Roger, the smart guy?
Yeah.
We would drive and have the recording equipment in my car, and we would ask random people questions.
That's awesome.
I mean, it was just for fun, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
but
I love that.
I was like, okay, this isn't working. I need an actual location so I can get guests and whatnot, right? It's very hard. And so, like, I started off in a small little studio that I would pay for and shit, and but by around this time, like I start to, utilize more my camera, right? Because back then, like I can't rely on people to shoot for me, so I had to learn to shoot myself. You know what I mean?
Yep. Out of
But
necessity, right? That's the way.
and
That's the way it
that's
usually works.
right. And then but I got a real badass camera that just upped my level,
Nice.
and I just started shooting. And so my shit was boo boo, of course, right? But I had the confidence of a fucking ox, like
Yeah.
I'm badass,
Yeah, I'm
right?
gonna make this shit
So,
happen, right?
hell yeah, I'm going in there. I got you. And then finally, someone saw me and like, oh, okay, your work is okay. Can you come, shoot for me? I'm like, sure. What do you do? I got a podcast over here at Accelerator Radio. It was for Keisha Cali.
Okay.
And so she's like, oh, I need my, oh, like, cool, fuck it. I'll go shoot for you. Why not? Right. So I would go with her different places, red carpets, a couple of concerts, you know what I mean? And shoot for her. And then she was like, oh, the person that I was working with at the station, her partner had to leave. And she needed somebody to come in and fill the spot. I'm like, well, fuck, I'm down.
Yeah.
Like, so therefore she had to pay rent, right? Like some money to do it. So I'm like, fuck it, I'll go half with you, right? So for maybe about, I think it was about a year or so, or 8 months or some shit like that, right? I was with her, and I was paying, and I was part of her show. Everything was great, you know what I mean? Everything was cool, but like I just needed my own. You know what I mean? Like I wasn't in the role of a co-host. I'm more of a host.
Yeah. You need the top spot. You need the fit, right?
You know what I mean? Because like I just had to. So eventually, eventually I was like, okay, you know what? Like I talked to the owner. They gave me a chance, and like I was able to pick up my show again, put it back on there. I stopped working with her, and I started doing my own thing. And this time around, like before, I just focused on independent artists, right?
Yeah.
Second time around, I wanted to focus on legends. So I started working with Battle Rabbit from The Wire Entertainment. And I'm also part of The Wire too. The Wire is a entertainment company that throw concerts and events and stuff like that, right? And so Rabbit was part of The Wire, well, still is part of The Wire. And like, he was helping me out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we would bring in legends like Daz Dillinger. He brought in Busy Bone from Bone Thugs.
Oh damn.
MC AIDS, Albert and the Chill. Like Roscoe the Dog Pound. Man, like he brought in a whole bunch of people, like just really helped me to elevate that game and the show, you know what I mean? So as a team, we all worked out, and also brought in, like I thought about the whole thing, right? I needed to reformat the show to feel more like radio. Like, so I studied and I talked to actual people who work at the station and like the format and what breaks and how it goes and shit, you know what I mean? So it wasn't exactly, but tweaked it towards it was close to it. And Rabbit also brought in DJ Lags. He's a DJ. You know DJ Lags?
Oh yeah, Mommy El Negro. Yeah, DJ Laz, right?
No.
Mommy El Negro, no?
No.
Not DJ Laz?
No. DJ Lags is a DJ.
Lags. I'm thinking Laz. Okay.
No, not Lags. Lags. Like, Lag, right? He is a DJ right now that is doing pretty good, man. He's very talented. He was at one point, because he had friends at the station, the Power, he'd go in there and do some mixes from time to time and shit, but the COVID hit, everything shut down. But he's right now one of the DJs in Arizona, Phoenix, right? Okay. And some other station. So I guess he sends his mixes here and does them out there. So nice. I guess he's real popular out there, you know what I mean? But he was part of my show, and he was badass, man. You know what I mean? Like throwing in the mixes. So it had that vibe of a radio show.
That's funny you say that. That's exactly, because like I'm a DJ from the past too, and I still got a network. That's kind of my next step. I want to add that to the mix. I want to get a live DJ here for every show. That's kind of what I want to do.
You should. Yeah. You know what I mean? In between, you know what I mean? Exactly. Like it just gives a whole different element and vibe to it. You know what I mean? And And then when he couldn't do it no more, I would bring in other DJs to change it up a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yep.
To give a different vibe. But yeah, man, it's been great. And then so okay, videography, right?
Yeah.
I stopped doing the podcast and started focusing more on my videography because at the same time I've been shooting, right? I shoot concerts all before COVID, every single weekend, every day. I was shooting something, music video,
Nice.
podcast, a promo video, you know what I mean? Just a bunch of shit. And so what I'm learning now that I'm doing more and more filming is I've been shooting these podcasts and they had to do a Zoom meeting. And so I'm part of editing. I have to edit the whole thing. That's what I do. And so the lining up of the audio with the video is fucked up.
Yeah.
The delay. Like certain words will be stretched the fuck out on the audio, but the video, it looks like it's normal. Yeah. So when you try to line it up, you have to do a lot of motherfucking editing, bro. And it's sometimes hard to match it up because it's bad. Like Zoom meetings and editing is bad. Like if you want to take that Zoom meeting and put some effects, do this, do that, da-da-da, it's kind of
hard, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's I'm using that right now. What I'm hoping is because I'm also recording right now with the good audio, with the good 4K video, and my hope is eventually to get the guest, if it's virtual, to do the same thing, and then you got it, and that's a nice edit. And the Zoom, I only want to use it so we can just see each other's face and talk. Don't want to use that recording. I'd rather use the high quality.
That would be dope, but there's still an issue though, because even though the high quality video is over here, you're using the Zoom audio.
No. I'm recording to the camera too through this mic, through that mixer I showed you.
Oh, okay. So you're just using to look at somebody, but you're not really using any of the audio or visual.
Yeah, I just want to use it so you can have a conversation,
Got it.
And that's all Zoom is for, so we can have a conversation, but both of us are locally recording it on professional shit,
Okay, that's smart.
But it's now you got to ask someone, all right, hey, do you have professional shit? Do you got good stuff? They got to know what to do, right?
Right.
I don't know, maybe it gets to a point where I can make a little kit and you mail it out, something real simple. Like on the Voice is doing that. All these TV shows, they're sending out kits to the stars, and they set them up, and they come out pretty nice. They look good, Oh, wow. I don't know, man. Like this isn't going anywhere. Is the way I feel. I feel like virtual's here to stay. Like even once you get the all clear, live goes back. You're still gonna have the convenience, and I think it's gonna get better. Like I hope all this editing stuff you're talking about, because Zoom's growing like crazy. I'm thinking they're gonna get on the ball and they're gonna make it work. They're gonna improve all that stuff, hopefully, and that's the hope, right? And it's an easy platform and it's real popular. Everyone knows how to use Zoom at this point. It's just it got real popular during the COVID.
It did get popular, you know what I mean? But that's because everything else lagged hell a lot more.
Yeah. Like Skype doesn't work that great. The Google, I can never keep up with what it is now. Hangouts or Meetup or what, they keep changing the name. But the Google one, it's decent, but Zoom kind of seems to be the best one.
Right. Sort of for right now.
Yeah. Well, there's a couple smaller ones. They have a paid service that you can do this, and they say that all the issues you're saying are a lot better. But you pay monthly, and depending on, you get like, for a certain amount, okay, you get 1 hour a week is what, or 1 hour. I think 1 hour a month is what their first package is. Then you can get up to like 1 hour a week, and that's not going to work for me. And you got to pay a lot of money to get what I'm looking for. But yeah, I'm trying to figure this all out. I'm trying to get the best solution. Trying to figure out how to do this. So hopefully, I just do more live. Then it's that part's easy.
Yeah. Then you just got to worry about different cameras and different angles and make sure your ISO and settings are good. Like,
are you using a video switcher?
No, I am not using a video switcher. My homeboy is using a video switcher.
Okay. Yeah, I've been looking into those. That's my next purchase. I'm trying to figure out which video switcher I want. So
get the best one.
Well, you got the A10 Mini Pro is what a lot of people are using. That's the Blackmagic. There's another one, I forget the name, it just came out. and it's real. It's this little box, and it's got a little tiny screen on it. It's a 4-channel thing. And then there's another one that's basically like a wireless cloud thing. I've been looking at like different ones. I'm trying to figure it out, but that's my whole reason for that is to make the editing easier, because that way live camera switches to where now you don't have to do so much editing, you know. So
yes, yes. And if you can get the one that can record, so let's just say, for example, there's a live feed, right? And you're switching from one person to one person, but
Yep.
you switch too soon or too late on that one person and the switch looks weird.
Yeah.
You can go back and edit it to where it doesn't look weird.
Gotcha. Okay. So that's gotta, I wonder how, that's probably as long as it has an internal memory maybe, and it's going to get all the angles.
Exactly. It does. It has
They're
the
separate
memory.
signals. Yeah. Got
Yes.
it. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think most of those have that. I think the ones I'm looking at. Yeah, that's a good point though. I got to make sure about that, because you're right. Yeah, you mess that up, and then it's, if it lives there permanently, you're done, right?
You're done. You're done.
Yeah.
Like the whole shit's fucked up.
Yep. Well, that's why even with that, like all my camera angles, they're gonna have their own memory recording. So I'll have split there, and then the box itself will be recording, and then you send it to your laptop, it records there too. So redundancy, you know, redundancy. That's the way you got much as you possibly can. That's what I do with the cameras and audio now. Everything records separately, because you never know what if something goes bad, you know, like you said.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so you got the redundant. Like I got a mic here hanging from the ceiling. That one's always on just in case. What if this one goes bad? You know. Yeah, you look. So I got this lav mic. This is recording.
Oh wow!
I got this one recording, and I got this one recording. Yeah. So, but this is hopefully this one that doesn't go bad, and we're good, because this is the best quality.
Of course, because it's got the condenser.
Yeah. Exactly. Cool. Yeah, man. I love to hear about the tech stuff, man. I love that, because I'm not a videographer, but I keep having to do it out of necessity. So I've picked up all this stuff, and I keep watching YouTube videos, and I keep picking the brains of the people that are doing the recording, just trying to figure it out, you know?
Oh, you got any questions? Let me know. I got you.
Yeah, that's 100%, man. Like I said, I'm gonna go see this place right after this. I'm gonna go to downtown San Diego. Hopefully, I'm gonna get this place. It's a little office about this size. I'm gonna set up a little studio like this. It's a little bit bigger than this, but about this size. But the cool thing is, they got a full-on art gallery, a whole bunch of artists there, and a giant, I think it's like 2,000 square foot studio. So I'm like, and I'll have 100% access to it. So that's what I'm trying to get going.
2,000 square foot.
Yeah, it's nice. The only issue is it's literally right off the freeway. So I got to be real creative with the sound editing to make it all work. So that's the one thing, because it's literally right off the freeway.
What?
Yeah. But it's a cool spot, man. It's cool. It's got like a nice vibe to it. There's a lot of homeless people, graffiti. It's just got this really cool vibe. You can have an outdoor patio. It's all behind. They turn their parking lot. They put turf down, fire pits, like tables. They regularly hold like artist meetups, and they'll cook, they'll barbecue. They got some chefs that are there. Just a chill spot. They'll, get a keg of beer, whatever, man. They just chill. It's a really cool spot. They're holding parties on the roof. They got a DJ, and they're set up on the roof, and it's this real big flat roof, and you see the freeway and San Diego in the background. It's really cool.
Ooh, that's sick.
Yeah. So I'm hoping that works out.
I used to live in San Diego.
Oh, whereabouts?
So I was stationed at NAB.
Okay.
Right there in Coronado.
Yeah.
And I lived on, what is that? Imperial. You take Coronado straight down.
Yeah. Silver Strand. The Silver Strand.
Is that what it is?
It's the Silver Strand. Yeah. And you take that into Pacific Beach, like right there. I'm sorry. No, Pacific Beach is the other way. It's
Like Coronado.
Yeah. There's a Silver Strand. You're not going over the bridge, right? Not
the
the
bridge. The bridge. It's just one small little fucking thing from AB, and usually that's like it goes in. You know what I mean? And then you go straight down, and that one little, like, before you get to the border shit.
Yeah, it's well, if you go all the way, that's Imperial Beach is right there.
Imperial Beach.
Yeah. Okay.
There you go.
There it is. That's a cool spot.
Yeah, that's where I
Nice.
stayed at.
Yeah, that's the South Side, man. Just a couple more steps and you're in TJ.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. I remember being able to look at my window, be like, oh shit, there's TJ.
You can see it. Yeah, you see the hillside with all the houses and the flag. Yeah, you see it right there.
Trip out, dog. Like, what
Yeah.
made you decide to move out there?
Um, my sisters moved here way back, and I used to vacation here as a kid. From LA, it's not too far, and it gets you out of LA, and it was just a cool spot. I remember I was young. My parents would come out here. My dad would work out here at a conference, and we would come up, and it was a week. We would come up every year, just hang out at the hotel. So we love San Diego. And then my sister went to SD State. Um, and then my other sister moved here. She got a job because she was going to college here. And I just ended up following along, man. It just worked out. It was right when I left Hollywood, I came over here.
Damn.
Yeah. I came over here, and it was I love it, man. I love it. Like it's
People
a
are
little bit
nice.
more, it's a little bit slower pace. It's a little more chill. It's cool. I like it.
It's a lot
Yeah.
more slower pace.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's like you almost feel like you're on vacation like every day. you know?
Right, and the soldiers are always real nice and shit.
Yeah. No, it's a lot of military here. Yeah, there's a lot of military. As we got the Air Force is not too far, Navy's right here, Marines are right here. We got a lot of military. It's cool. You
That's
know,
dope, man. And
you
how's the
know.
gas lamp district?
Oh, it's I love it, man. There's to me that's like no better nightlife. It's just in LA, you got to drive everywhere. There's a couple blocks maybe where you got a couple of options, but this is everything. You just park anywhere and you just keep walking for blocks. There's all kinds of options, whatever you want. And there's everyone in the streets having a good time. It feels safe. It doesn't feel like did I make the wrong turn here? The whole thing is pretty safe. It's
Right.
lot of stuff, man. I love it. It's cool. Right
That's
now,
dope.
not so much. And it's halfway closed down. Matter of fact, this Saturday we went back to Purple. So now we got to go back to outside dining. Well, LA is already outside dining, but we've been
Right.
having it inside dining here for a while.
What?
Now we're back down to outside. Yeah, our numbers went up too high, so we're getting three
Damn.
weeks of that, and then we'll see what happens. But we'll see.
Fuck, bro. And then they're saying that they might shut everything down.
Yeah. Yep. That's what I'm saying. This virtual. That's why we got to get this virtual shit going.
Fuck, bro.
Because I don't know about you, but I'm tired of standing still, man. It's like I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna make it work.
Right. Got to,
So
bro. One way or
yeah,
another.
that's it.
Hell
Hey,
yeah,
so
bro.
tell me about let's go back and let's reminisce a little bit. Let's go back to the comedy time. Like what's a memory you have of that? Like just something random with I don't know, maybe just hanging out with with Kid and Play or Joey Coco Diaz or just one of the, because we had some good nights, man. We had some fun.
Oh man, like I remember having a ball and working my ass off, passing these damn flyers,
Yeah.
all the damn shows, and what I mean, like working Robert Zapata, and what was that, Bex in
Bex, yeah.
Lancaster?
Yep, Bex.
Like, man, like it was some really good times, man. Really good times. Trying to hustle to get them people, and then the people would always be happy and shit. You
Oh
had
yeah.
good shows, you had bad shows, and Kid from Kid and Play he's fucking
Yeah,
hilarious.
he is. Yeah,
To
he is.
this day, he's hilarious. Like, man. But the good thing is that we all grow and evolve, and at the end of the day, we're mastering our crafts.
Yep.
I mean, and those experiences will help us in the long run to achieve what we need to achieve.
Yep.
Like, who could say they got to perform or be doing comedy events? Like, you were literally doing it, bro. You were in charge of this. You had a shitload of people. Like, you, the man. You know what I mean? So it's like, now when you build that and you're able to grow from that, you can take that anywhere you go and be a boss and be about your business.
Yep. Yeah, that was a great time for me, and I had just key people like yourself and Robert that you can't do it without the support that you guys did. And it was a good time, and it was a fun ride. I'll say that. I did it multiple times. Like I did it in Hollywood, I did it there, in multiple venues, and did concerts for a minute. I
Wow.
even did mixed martial arts fights. I even did that.
What?
Yeah, I held some pretty decent ones. Yeah, I mean, they were smaller, like 3,000 person events, but still, it was there. I did some stuff, man. Some concerts, some music. I did a music festival.
Damn.
I was just whatever, man. I was just into. I just loved it all. I've been in the entertainment for quite a while, and I just got a love for it, So,
Oh, I love it, man. And what are you doing now besides this?
man, okay, so right now I had the past 5 years, almost six now. I had an infrared camera business with my dad. That's what my dad's done for 35 years. So I did that for the past 5 years. COVID hit. It's been really hard. It's been really hard to sell cameras. A lot of them to universities, big companies like Facebook, Apple. They do a lot of R&D, Google. Military, aerospace is a big one, and we got hit. Like a lot of the projects just went, hey, back burner. If it's not real important, we're gonna put it on the back burner because no one knows, the uncertainty. What's the economy gonna look like? Manufacturing shut down. A lot of stuff comes from China. That's kind of weird and shaky right now. So anyway, that kind of has taken a back burner. That was my main thing for a while.
Cameras?
The cameras, the infrared
Okay, yeah.
cameras, yeah, infrared. Like I mean, and
Infrared.
there's infrared, yeah, and there's so many things you can do with it, man. Like they put them on. I mean, they're in space. They put them on like a heat-seeking missile. It's on the nose of a missile. It's on bombs. It's on airplanes. Like overseas, they have these lasers that only the infrared cameras can see. A soldier, a point, they spot. Okay, this is where you need to hit,
Yeah.
and it's invisible except for the plane sees it or the
Yeah.
ship, and then the missile once it comes in. That's how they're so precise because they can see it, and they literally have someone pointing a laser right there, and it sees it, and it boop, it hits the laser. That's it. But I mean,
Wow.
all kinds of stuff. They make. I mean, all the computers, the silicone, they have to inspect it. They have to make it. All these wafers. Shortwave infrared sees right through it. So they see any cracks or defects. Like I said, I can go on and on and on. It's food, cans, bottles. I mean, you'd be real surprised. Autonomous cars, it's coming. It's huge. That's coming on.
Autonomous cars?
Yeah, they need the infrared to be able to see at night through fog, through rain, stuff like that. Smoke. Yeah, firefighters use it because you can see through smoke. Yeah,
Damn, bro.
there's a ton of stuff.
How'd you get into that?
My dad, man, 35 years he's been in that industry. So and he wanted to join another big company. He's always been like a regional sales manager or what blah 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 with the companies. And I said, hey, Dad, you gotta do it on your own. All these guys are making all the money. You need to be making the money. You're making a lot of money for them. He did all right. He made decent money, but they're making all the money. And he goes, you're the business guy, not me. So you do it with me and I'll do it. And I was like, all right, let's go. Let's do it. And so we did it. So anyway,
Yeah.
right now I'm still doing that. That's on the back burner, but I got this podcast has kind of been a passion for mine. Like I said, I saw you way back then. I was like, man, I'd love to get into something like that. So this I'm focusing on because I really enjoy it. It's a learning experience for me. I get to be social. I get to learn. Literally, I get to figure out, okay, what do I want to learn more about? And I'll invite some other show so I can learn more about it, So it's cool.
That's dope. Who have you had on the show?
Oh man, I went to a Tony Robbins event, Business Mastery, and I met some people there, and I met this college sports recruiter. I had him on, Ronnie. That was a great interview. I've had my cousin on, my cousin, Gabriela Flores. She just started her own show, moved to Florida for Telemundo. It's called Radar 2020. I had her on. Gabriela Flores is my cousin. That was awesome. I had
He's your cousin?
she's my cousin. Yeah. And she's been an actress for a long time, and she was in Hollywood forever. Got a show in Canada. Moved to Canada. I actually think because her boyfriend is also an actor. I think he got a role on a telenovela. He got a role there. So they went to Canada to go film, and now they're in Miami. They're in Miami for this Telemundo that she does, the Radar
No
2020.
way.
Yeah. And then she's a Latin expert is what her show is called. Another show that she does, and that's like podcast video. But I had her on. I had another friend. She's a hypnotherapist. That was a really cool episode. That was a good one. It's varied. Another actor friend of mine, David Punk Rock Christopher. He's into fitness. He's got a show. I think it's called, what's it called? I think it's called Fitness TV, if I remember right. But I had him on. We talked about, he's a guy I did the music festival with way back in the day too, because he's a punk rocker, like music, but he's also an actor. Man, who else? Oh, an old priest friend of mine that he was a priest, he left the church, got married, got divorced, has kids now living in Colorado, but he's got a really interesting story.
I mean, yeah, he was a priest.
Yeah. Now he's living in Colorado, and he's got a really cool message. Like he still officiates weddings. But his main thing is he's really big on the LGBTQ thing. So he's doing that, and he's also doing like sexuality, like for Christians that want to get married, and the taboo subject of sexuality. He's a priest. He's a trained therapist. He's training people.
Damn.
Like, he sees them, and he does. Yeah, he's got an interesting story. That's a good one. But yeah, that's a few more. Now I'm honored to have you. Like Robert said, he's gonna get on eventually. I'm gonna get Robert on. I'm gonna get Robert.
I was about to ask you, did you get Robert on yet?
I'm going to get him on. He's gonna come on too. I'll probably eventually, maybe I'll reach out to some other people. I don't even know. Be Real. I might get Be Real to get on.
You know Be Real?
I don't know him real well, but we did some things in the past. And I know him enough to hope maybe, like I said, this is I'd have to get my show bigger, I'm sure, but I'm sure he's a real cool dude, man. If I just get him, and be like, hey, let's do this. I think he probably would.
I mean, he does seem like a nice guy. I've seen him.
He really is. He's a cool dude.
Very humble.
Yeah, I got plans to get all kinds of people on here. Like I said, and anything. I'm gonna run the gamut. I didn't do this for so long because I was like, okay, what am I gonna focus on? Because I like a lot. I got a lot of interest, man. I got a lot of interest. I mean, from here to there, and I'm almost ADD. I can't stay focused on one thing for too long. So that's why years I never did it. Cause I was like, well, what the fuck am I going to do it on? I got too many things I like. So I said, you know what? I'm just going to do it open format, man. Do it. It works for Joe Rogan, right? He kind of does whatever he wants to do.
Whatever he wants to do. What everyone wants to talk about.
That's all I'm doing. Like my main thing is I'm always about growth and gratitude. So that's kind of, as long as it fits into that, and almost everything does, it can all fit into that. Then I'm good. That's what I'm looking for.
And where do you see your podcast going with the next year?
Like in the next year, like I'm hoping to have, I'll definitely have, I want one a week. So I'm going to have a whole bunch of episodes, I'm going to have probably 60 plus episodes by that. And I really hope to have a nice professional studio, mostly live instead of via Zoom, and I want to literally have people like my idols, like some icons, like you're talking about the legends, I want to get some legends on my show. And like I said, that's because I want to pick their brain and I want to talk to them. And I literally, like, what I want to do is, and we'll talk about this in a little bit, is I want to get, okay, because if you're an icon or you're a legend, you got a certain mentality and a certain way that you think that got you there. And I'd love to share that with the world. Like, let's let some of your secrets out, here, that way more people can, whatever dreams and aspirations they have, they can do it. They can do it too. So that's, and that for me personally, selfishly, I want that. I want to see, okay, what is it? What advice can you give to a young, aspiring, whatever it is they are? Where did you mess up that maybe you can, give some advice that would gain someone 10 years of mistakes and falling down and doing this. And not to detract from that, because that's what makes you who you are. Your mistakes are more important than your victories, honestly. But if you can help someone stay on that path or make that decision when someone's on the fence, they're like, hey, man, I got this opportunity in front of me. Do I go get that 9-to-5 job and do the steady thing, or do I follow that passion and that dream, to keep someone kind of on the right path for because ultimately, if you're doing something that's on the right path for you, you're serving the world, because now you're the best person that you can be. And that's how you're going to serve other people. Because if your heart's not in it and you're not passionate about it, how good of a job are you really going to do?
Just the basics, the bare minimum.
You're just going to get by, right? You're just going to get by. All right, let me do enough to, not get in trouble or not, and that's it. It's the basics.
Right.
It's the basics. It. So, but yeah, I see it hopefully having those kind of people on there, and then again, comedians, fighters, motivational speakers, whatever, run the gamut, a doctor, a scientist. You know, I feel like there's a story in everybody, and I kind of want to bring that out. Want to kind of bring out the hero story. You know, let's get the hero story from this person. And the hypnotherapy was cool too. You know, stuff like that. So,
Sorry.
no worries, man. No worries. Yeah, you know what? So with that, let me ask you a question, man. You know, I sent you a list of questions. And a big one that I think is really important is speaking of that drive and what I want to get from legends. And I view you as a legend because I think you're doing like you got way more years than I do in this right here.
Oh, bless you.
What is your why? Like what kept you going and motivated and, you know, determined like an ox, like you said, like in the times when you got knocked on your ass or when, you know, you had some adversity, you know, something in the road that kind of got in your way. What kept you all right going the path and keeping on it? Like, what's your why?
So my goal is honestly the love for it. Like, it's fun.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I love to challenge myself. I love to whatchamacallit, learn. You know what I mean? I love to try something new. And like at the end of the day, I love pushing myself. So like it's like an itch, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Being able to do a show, being able to create content, being able to do what you want to do, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's it, bro. Because then when I'm not doing it, I feel like, oh shit, I gotta do it. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
That's I think a lot of us, some people are, I think me and you are more alike that way as far as you kind of feel like you have to be challenged. You need to be growing constantly, right?
Right.
Bettering yourself. That's huge. And then, you know, I really like you say, you know, because you love it. And that's one thing that someone has a goal per se, you know, and they're like, look, if your love is that mansion or that car or that whatever it is, you know, that you know, trips in Tahiti. I'm not saying that's wrong because I want some of that stuff too. But if that's all it's about, and it's not about the journey, and it's not about, you know, the struggle and the falling down and getting back up, I mean, there's no joy, right? There's no joy, and I don't think you're gonna stay. It's not enough to just say, "Hey, I just want that." You gotta love the journey, right? You gotta love even the bad parts. Like you gotta be so in love with it and have so much fun that, hey, man, this is part of it. This is the journey. This is why I'm here.
Right.
Not just to make it here. You know, I mean, yeah, that's important. You need to have goals and you got to get there, but you need to really love what you're doing and be involved and present in the process, right?
Very much so. Very
Yeah.
much so. Like it's a rush.
Yeah.
Like I
So
love shooting. I
what
love recording.
like what would you I'm gonna switch the questions up a little bit, but what would you give, like, knowing what you know right now, you know, all the experience, and I'm not just talking about the show, and we're gonna talk the show for sure, that's part of it, but I'm saying just life in general, like knowing what you know right now, having lived your life and so many years on this earth, like what advice would you give to someone that has, you know, in a similar path as where you are right now, similar path as yours? What's like if you had like, okay, I can tell this person one thing, and knowing that they're gonna listen, they're gonna follow it. Like, what would that advice be? What would you say to someone young? You know, let's say I don't even know what age, like just getting started. What would you tell them? Here's something that's really important on this journey that you need to pay attention to.
Live your life by the laws of attraction. What you feel, you think, you manifestate no matter what it is, good or bad. So if you focus on negative, you receive negative. You focus on positive, you receive positive. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, like Other people are going to have opinions like they have assholes.
Yeah.
Everyone's got them.
Everyone's got it.
And if they're giving you criticism that is like good shit, right? Constructive criticism, then you're good. But if they're just harping on you to get on you, it's like, throw it out. Because that's how people get programmed. You know, we get programmed by the way we are brought up, by our parents, whoever is raising us, what we endure makes us who we are now. Like, I always say there's 3 stages to life, okay? It's how we're brought up, how we're programmed, and the second stage is when you realize you don't have to be how your parents raised you, how you were programmed, and you can change it, right? Yep. But there are some people that don't even get there. They say, oh, this way, my parents are this way, I'm going to be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like if you got to change that stage. And then the third stage is the acceptance of being old and you can no longer do what you got to do.
Awesome.
You know what I mean? Like,
I like that.
Getting old. So it's like, you know, be positive and let each day be a new journey.
I love that, man. I love the fact that you said, I mean, and you hit it. That's perfect, man. Your program, the early stages, and a lot of people they don't realize that, hey, I can program myself. I don't have to stay with this program, right? There's I can empower. I am empowered. I can change this wherever I want. You know, law of attraction, like whatever focus goes, energy flows, right? It's like you create your own reality. I really truly believe that. And it sounds kind of like a cliche thing to say, but I really feel that once you realize I don't have to be a victim of that programming, you know, and I mean, sometimes you get a lot of good programming, don't get me wrong, but there are always negative aspects. I don't care how good your programming was, there's going to be something that can be improved upon.
Of course, because you know your parents didn't take no child development classes.
Right? Yeah, exactly. Like there's not a school of how to be a parent, you know, how to do this. I mean, they do the best you can. You read different books, you do this. But yeah, I mean, ultimately your parents are just trying to get by just like we're trying to get by. You know, let's just try and get through this life, and I'm going to do the best I can with what I got. Exactly. I like that. I like that. Yeah, that's law of attraction is a pretty cool thing. Did you read Napoleon Hill? Think and Grow Rich? And The Secret?
The Secret and The Secret to Go Rich.
Yeah.
I'm still going through that right now, bro.
Awesome.
It's a good book.
No, it really is, man. I read The Secret multiple times. I read Think and Grow Rich multiple times. You know, it's all based on the law of attraction. You know, it's really important, man. I really feel like that's how I think people get out of this, like, I'm a victim stage. And like, who wants to be a victim, right? I mean, even if you are a victim, you don't want to be a victim. So it's like, once you realize I don't have to be a victim, you know, I can do this. That's like, man, I love that. I love that empowerment. And that's how people start to excel and be the best version of themselves. And with that, humanity gets better. Because like I said, if you're the best version of yourself, then you're there for the people that need you. And then it goes on, right? Like it just keeps going on. They do that, you know, and the trickle down effect. It's like everyone just starts doing better.
Exactly.
And you start caring about each other more too, you know, like you really truly start caring about the humans in your life, you know, strangers, you know, people you don't even really know.
Right.
I mean, why not? You know, we all should love each other, you know.
We're all one race. The human race.
That's it, man. That's it. That's how society gets better.
Evolution.
Awesome, man. So the show, what tell me a little bit about the show. Right now it's Mondays, is that what it is?
Every Monday.
Every Monday.
PM, but as of January this year, took a break.
Okay. All right.
Reformat it, redoing it. It's gonna be no longer a podcast. It's gonna be something different, but I'm gonna wait until it comes out to show y'all.
So I'm gonna pay attention then, man. Can't wait to see what it is.
Yeah, it's all brand new.
So going back, I was gonna ask you this too. What was your platform? Like, how have you broadcasted your show? Like, what are you using to get your show out?
So I was at Accelerated Radio.
Okay, all right.
that's a basically place where you can go and broadcast your show. You know what I mean? Like there's a studio and
Yep.
they got their audience and whatnot.
Awesome. Awesome. And is that put out on like what platform? They have multiple platforms, right? You can like listen.
Yeah, iHeartRadio, Spreaker, Spotify, all the platforms. Yeah.
Awesome.
You just type in the Tony Montana Show and it would pop up.
Perfect. So is that the best place for people to follow? I mean, what's your best,
right now, best place would be on Instagram.
Instagram.
The Tony Montana Show. That's the Tony Montana Show, or Tony Montana ENT Entertainment ENT.
ENT. Perfect.
Yeah, one's for my radio show and the other one's for my videography.
Awesome. I'm gonna get that in the notes. So audience, if you're interested in on keeping up with what Tony's up to, which you should, yeah, that's where you're gonna go. That'll be in the notes, so you look there, you can find it. We'll have the link to figure out what Tony's up to. What's the plan, man? Is it like a month-long thing? I mean, months, excuse me, like the beginning of the year. You're gonna take some time, develop it. When are you gonna release it? What's the plan?
I gotta make sure that all the T's and the dots are crossed and it's right before I say or do anything.
All right, cool. I respect that.
Yes.
Sounds good. So you're just going to keep us all waiting in suspense.
Oh, it's going to be fun, though. It's going to be fun. I can't wait.
Oh, I'm sure it will. Any closing thoughts, man? You want to give to the audience?
I just want to say, man, thank you once again for having me on your show, bro. I appreciate you. You know what I mean? Like, you're killing it, and I can't wait to see the growth within 1 year. Like, the evolution, it's already there. So, I mean, like.
Awesome. Hey, much love. I really respect it. I appreciate that coming from Master Tony. And I can't wait to look back at these episodes and be like, man, I got so much better. I can't wait for that. I can't wait for that to happen.
That's gonna be an amazing feeling. Trust me. You're gonna be like, oh shit.
Awesome. Hey,
yeah, bro.
Much love, man. I really appreciate you. I appreciate you coming on the show. I can't wait to find out what you got coming next. And hey, we're gonna talk soon. I'm gonna talk about the videography, so I'm gonna hit you up.
Definitely. And then, I got to come down to visit you in San Diego, man.
Hey, you got to open it anytime, man. You're welcome anytime you want to come. Open invitation.
Hell yeah. Memory lane.
That's it, man. Yeah. We'll reminisce a little bit. We'll have a drink or a smoke or something and just talk story, man.
Hell yeah, brother.
Awesome. All right, man. I appreciate you and God bless.
God bless.
All right. Take care.